intercepted. Kalen Barnes comes up with it. Their best cover corner has a broken thumb and comes up with the turnover, and that's exactly what Baylor needed.
Yeah, Baylor needed a quick start, but you can see as Brock Purdy tries to escape in the backfield here, getting away from Dylan Doyle, he just doesn't have enough on this one. Skates had his man beat, but has to try and fight back, play a little defense on this one, but isn't able to keep Kalen Boogie Barnes from making the pick, even with the club. How about that right there? That's actually Skates helps him catch this one. Watch this. Skates is actually going to push his hand against the chest of Barnes on that one. Helps him bring that thing in.
So here comes Charlie Brewer and the Baylor Bears. Craig Squirrel Williams in the backfield. He gets the call. And Squirrel is loose. Hasheem Young makes the stop. And Charlie Brewer, the senior. Second in Baylor history in passing yards. 9-yard pickup for Squirrel. He gets the call again. And dropped by Mike Rose.
Mike Rose wasn't having it that time. They call him Squirrel for a good reason. Of course, he got that nickname, chasing around squirrels, when he was just a young lad. But you can see how quick his feet are. But Mike Rose caught him right in the middle of that cut right there. Took him right off his feet.
First down. You know, Baylor's had problems with their starts. They have been down a lot to their opponents. And that's what Coach Aranda said. We need to get off to a very good start here and stop getting in a hole. Here's Brewer. Steps up and throws. He's got a man open. Caught. Atkinson down the sideline. Big play for Baylor.
Atkinson with reception. Brewer looking throw.
And you can see Atkinson sneaking all the way across the formation. Now, this is an interesting defense that they have here at Iowa State. 3 safeties, and that's really the only way to be able to produce big plays like that. You have to be able to sneak a receiver across the formation, and of course, the protection is key. Got to have time to deliver the ball.
62 yards. That one, the Squirrel, he runs right into a wall. Take a look at the Baylor offense. You know, this is just the second time this season that offensive line, the starting offensive line for Baylor's been intact. COVID has just wrecked that offensive line.
And of course, offensive line, that's a position group that really requires continuity.
Here's Brewer. He'll take off. Cuts back and slides inside the 10-yard line. 7-yard pickup. For the Cyclones, 4th in the Big 12, led by Mike Rose and Hummel. And that secondary, it's always Eisworth and Hasheem Young. 3rd down coming for Baylor. Ebner in the backfield. Brewer looking to the end zone. He's got a man. Touchdown. The junior out of Cypress, Texas, with the touchdown, and Baylor strikes first.
Exactly what this Baylor team needed. Remember, fell down to TCU a week ago, 30-0. A nice job there. Brewer anticipating where Snead was going to come open as he clears the linebacker level. Safety's nowhere to be found. Great start from Baylor Bears.
The extra point is good. So Baylor gets an interception thanks to Boogie Barnes, and they turn it into points. Brewer, Snead, Baylor, 7-0 Sickle. By any Power 5 program, and that's something that Coach Aranda said his team needed, and a good start. They got both of them here early.
Think about the psychology of a football team. Again, going back to a week ago, down 30-0 to TCU. They get a turnover right before half, get a touchdown, but come out in the second half and really start slowly. They had like negative 26 yards early in the third quarter. Weren't able to get anything going, but they believed. They fought back. They ended up a little bit short, but you can see coming on the road today, came out with a lot of emotion, came out making some big plays. Let's see if they can continue to do that.
Fourth interception of the season for Brock Purdy. Johnny Lang in the slot. That's him in motion. And they get him the football in space. 8-yard pickup for Lang. Boogie Barnes with the stop.
Nice call there by offensive coordinator Tom Manning. You're going to see a lot of 3-man front, some 4-man front. You saw a lot of pressure on that last play, but they got the ball to the perimeter, got some good yardage.
Brees Hall picking his way. It looks like he's about a yard shy of a first down. That's the offensive coordinator there for Iowa State, Tom Manning. The black hat.
And you got the sense in talking to Tom Manning, even he was a little bit, this guy was good, obviously, but he's really shown some great things to everybody this year.
Yes, he has. He's powered his way to a first down. For Iowa State, Christian Morgan makes the stop for the Baylor Bears.
Woo! Christian Morgan came up and made a stick on that one. And obviously, Brees Hall is going to be the focus of this defense all day long. Watch Morgan come flying into the screen right there. That's the type of intensity they're going to need, but a nice job there by Brees Hall. Following those linemen, finishing forward.
We'll get a breather. Name Nwangu replaces him in the backfield. Purdy to the outside. Sean Shaw with the catch. 3-yard pickup for the Cyclones.
Purdy's got to get that ball up to Shaw. He gets that ball out a little bit earlier, a little bit higher. Shaw's able to make a clean catch, make a move on the corner right there. Purdy has got to get that ball up higher. Here you can see Shaw, 6'6", having to go onto the grass blade tips to make that catch.
Purdy again steps up, he takes off. Couple of yards shy of a first down. Ashton Logan makes the stop. 5-yard pickup for Brock Purdy. We saw earlier when we showed you, he's averaging about 212 yards a game passing. He was throwing for 300. It seemed like every game last year. What do you think? Is it just Brees Hall? Is that the biggest difference?
I think it really has been Brees Hall. But here you can see multiple tight ends in the game right here. Something to watch for all day long. The way that they use these multiple tight end sets.
Here's Nwangu. And he's across midfield. 6-yard pickup, 7. Give him 7. That's a first down for Iowa State.
Nice push here by this offensive line. Here you can see number Chase Allen getting himself into the front. We had Kohler in there, the other tight end. Nice blocks. And Nwangu, he's a burner. You see him on kick returns as well. But you can see, nice job leaning forward there with the pass.
Brees is back. And he gets to the outside. Got a first down and more.
Talk about the effortless running from Brees Hall. Here, just very subtle steps. Gets to the outside, and again, so effortless and so hard to tell how hard this guy is working. Nice little stiff arm right there. Deceptive runner. And again, he has done such a great job learning the structure of the offense, knowing where his blocks are going to come from, when he can keep it front side, when he can turn back, and he's been able to produce a lot of big yardage out of that this year.
Charlie Kohler in motion. 14-yard pickup for Brees. He's got 29 now. He's got it again to that left side. 3-yard pickup. As a squad, Iowa State averages about 200 yards rushing a game.
Offensive line doing a nice job getting up into the second level, keeping guys off at Breece Hall. Really takes a team effort to produce those long runs. It leads the nation this year, 4 runs of 50-plus yards. You can't get things like that done. You don't have just your offensive line, and of course your wide receivers blocking as well. And we'll see Charlie Kohler again lined up outside of the box. Watch the lineup of the big tight end.
At the bottom of your screen, that's what they're looking for. He's got the catch. And a first down for Iowa State. 15-yard pickup by Charlie Kohler.
Such a dangerous player, and you get him removed from the line of scrimmage, trying to create mismatches in the secondary. Such a big body. Purdy does a nice job firing that one in there to him.
Again, that one over the middle and broke it up. He was looking for Joe Skates.
Raleigh Tejada in there on that play, gets there just about at the perfect time not to get the flag. Nice play right there, timing that thing up really perfectly. Tejada, one of 14 players on this Baylor squad that have already graduated. Baylor, of course, known for its reputation as being an excellent school. Those student athletes doing a great job there at Baylor.
11th play of this drive coming right now. And it's Breece. And Hall. 5-yard pickup. Now, as Iowa State here, they'll mark this one at about 13, 14-yard line. You know, Brock Purdy has been more than efficient when you're inside the red zone. I mean, this guy has no turnovers at all when they're inside the red zone. Look at that, 43 touchdowns, no picks, no fumbles, no nothing.
Trying to give the announcer's curse here. No, he's done a tremendous job protecting the ball. Of course, when you got a guy like Breece Hall, that last run right there, maybe just hand it off to him again.
Purdy over the middle and intercepted. Tejada down the sideline and pushed out of bounds.
This one is caused by an inaccurate throw. Looks like Allen kind of slips as he's coming out of the route here. So that throw was just a little bit wide there by Purdy, and that's why that record was so impressive. 43 trips and no turnovers. One inaccurate throw like that. Allen's not able to make the catch, tips it up into the air, and Tejada, Johnny on the spot, able to pick that one off.
57-yard return, and Baylor back in business again. Another interception. From the Iowa State 36, that one over the middle to Drake Dabney. And a first down by the Bears.
And of course, Dabney in there. Ben Sims not available for today's game. They've been raving about Dabney. They're able to get that ball. Does a nice job sitting down in the soft spot of that defense in front of that third level with the safeties, but behind the linebackers.
First career catch for the freshman. The draw. Squirrel. Brought down at the 20.
Yeah, Ryan Vance going to come in here to make the play. A little bit of a delayed draw action right here. Let everybody get upfield. Squirrel tried to evade Vance, but Vance did a nice job cutting out the legs of Squirrel on that one.
He's got it again. Saw that explosiveness. He hit that hole. Mike Rose makes the stop. But he's maybe a yard shy. And Squirrel, 9 carries, had 82 yards and a touchdown last week against TCU. Picks up 7 here.
Yeah, he's explosive. Had the 32-yard touchdown a week ago. And you can see how fast he hits the hole. And that's really something that's been missing from this Baylor offense this year as well. Have not been running the ball consistently.
And he gets the call again. That looks like he's got enough for a first down. No John Lovett for Baylor, who got injured against TCU last week. He didn't make the trip. So you will see a lot of Craig Squirrel Williams, Tristan Ebner, and even a couple of freshmen for Baylor today.
And a nice job there on the 3rd and short. That's a question when you have smaller backs. Can they tote that rock in those 3rd and short situations when the line is crowded? Squirrel did a nice job there.
From the 12. Here's Brewer. He keeps it. He's brought down inside the 10, 3-yard pickup. Rose and Anthony Johnson makes the stop. It's Coach Aranda trying to make do without the senior John Lovett, Ben Sims. Hey, look, Ben Sims had a heck of a day. He was supposedly would have came into this game with 4 straight games with a catch, had 4 catches and touchdown against TCU.
2 touchdowns in that game against TCU. Yeah, they're looking to use him as a target, but that's been par for the course this season. Uncertainty.
Here's Brewer looking to the end zone. It's got to be a touchdown. Drake Dabney, the freshman, with his 2nd career catch, and it's a touchdown.
Very similar to what we saw on the first touchdown pass. Clears that linebacker level. This time he's able to beat Lawrence White. Nice job again by Charlie Brewer, anticipating where that window was going to be, throwing it behind the shoulder of the linebacker. Nice job, Charlie Brewer.
6 plays, 36 yards, another touchdown for the Bears. It started with this 57-yard return by Riley Tejada off the pick, and Brewer to Dabney, and it's the Bears up 14-0 in the first. 6 yards they go, and Dabney, you see him, the freshman, 2nd career catch is a touchdown, and Baylor up 14-0 over Iowa State, both off of 2 interceptions. Nwangu and Brock back for the Cyclones. When we come back, another look at Brock Purdy in that offense after the Baylor defense doing their thing. Hall. Jalen Petrie makes the stop. Brock Purdy, 3 of 6, 2 interceptions, and of course, first time in his career he's turned the football over in the red zone.
We've seen a lot of great play out of Brock Purdy. We had an opportunity to watch Iowa State call 5 of their games a year ago. I'm sure he's not panicking right now. He knows that he has some weapons. Just has to be more careful with the ball.
Here's Hall. Baylor talking about swarming to the football.
Remember, we know what kind of defensive mind Dave Aranda is. And they do some interesting things with their defense. A little bit of this simulated pressures, some creeper looks. And what they're doing is they're getting 4-man pressures and still covering up on the backside with 7 defenders. So watch here on 3rd down if we see one of those unconventional pressures from this Baylor defense.
That was Ron Roberts, defensive coordinator at Baylor. You just saw. Here's Purdy. Plenty of time. That's incomplete. Kalen Barnes, he has been everywhere. Everywhere. And Boogie making plays left and right, the senior.
And you're going to see Terrell Bernard on this one. Late pressure. He's going to stay back, wait until all the linemen are committed, and then get the rush. Almost gets up and bats that one down. That's what you're going to see a lot from this Baylor defense. A lot of unconventional things going on. It's kind of one of those, what they call the green dog. They see that all the protections covered up, and they bring Bernard late. Make sure that Purdy has to get rid of the ball earlier than he wants to.
First punt of the night, Joe Rivera. This is Tristan Ebner. Brought down at the 21. So Baylor, another opportunity, 49-yard punt. They're up 14-0.
In the hole here. Got those little strides like that. Nice little jump cut to the side. He kind of shook Mike out of his shoes on that one. That's what makes those guys so dangerous.
Brewer feet rolls out, looking, throws towards the sideline. Intercepted, but was he in bounds? Tavon Kyle came up with the pick. Yes! Interception, turnover. And that's what the Cyclones needed.
Kyle does a nice job breaking on this ball. We'll see if he actually kept those feet in bounds. We're going to see on the replay here. See Brewer rolling out. Kyle recognizes it.
Oh, that's interception, yeah. The left foot was in.
Nice job.
He was looking at Yusef Terry. There's that left foot. That's good.
Of course, on those rollouts like that, cutting off half the field, cut off the options, but Charlie Brewer's got to be smarter. It's not just knowing what the capabilities of your receivers, but you got to know what the limitations are or aren't for the defensive backs. Nice break on that one by Kyle.
Brees Hall. Give him about 3. Dylan Doyle makes the stop. Doyle, of course, the transfer from Iowa. That's the last play of the first quarter. It's been all Baylor Bears here in the first. A couple of turnovers have turned into 2 touchdowns for the Baylor Bears. They're up 14-0. Second quarter when we come back.
I'ma go ahead and bounce back.
Right.
The tight ends lined up wide, brought them both back into the formation, and now bring Dylan Sainer into motion. Got 3 tight ends in the game right now.
Here's Purdy. He'll keep it. He goes down. Terrell Bernard came flying through there to make sure he goes down. Hey, look at this. Matt Campbell. Look at what this team has been like in October. That's a first down. Barnes with the stop. 11-yard pickup.
Akers is a guy that they really want to see more of in this offense. They motion him out. One of the fastest players on the team. Big special teams contributor. Came into the game tied for the lead receptions with 17.
Yeah, had a career high 6 catches last week against Kansas. Here's Nwangu, bounces it to the outside, running hard. Christian Morgan makes the stop, but Nwangu close to a first down. That's an 8-yard pickup.
Picking up on some of those moves that we've seen out of Brees Hall. You're going to see he's going to get to the edge, and the little jump upfield, getting skinny, getting vertical, and a nice job. Nice tough run. See him dragging Christian Morgan on that one. Nwangu, excellent run there.
Brees Hall checks back in from the 19. It's Brees to the outside. The beast is loose. Touchdown. Cyclones. Yard touchdown run by Brees Hall. He has scored in every game this season.
Could have been a loss on this play. Watch the move he puts on Mark Milton there in the backfield, able to get to the edge. Nobody sets the edge for that Baylor defense, and that's what makes Brees Hall so dangerous. The initial move to elude Mark Milton, but the speed to get to the edge. Again, a deceptive runner. Doesn't look like he's going that fast, but nobody had the angle to catch him before he got to the sideline.
Extra point is good, and all of our scoring has come off of turnovers. Watch this. He's like the Migos, and then gets to the outside. Brees Hall, 14-7 our score.
To see them develop, and that's what we've seen from Brees Hall. Just effortless, poetry, smooth.
60 yards he's got rushing already, averaging 6 yards a carry, right at his average on the season. Dapping up some, got trips at the bottom of your screen. And Brewer throws, and that one's caught.
Snead just snags that one out of the air. Brewer a little bit late on this throw, a little bit high, a little bit outside, but Snead does a nice job going up and snagging that thing. Fingertip catch. This man can play. That's how you get number 0 right there.
Yeah, right.
That's how you demand number 0 with catches like that.
20-yard pickup. They give it to the squirrel, and he's quick. Cuts it back. And dropped at the 49. Tavon Kyle makes the stop. 4-yard pickup, and the squirrel is hurt. And that's something that Baylor doesn't need. Without question, the most explosive young man on this offense. Quickness. Saw how he planted that left leg.
Yeah, and as a guy that's been through a few knee injuries, to get a really nasty move like that, I hate to see the non-contact ones. Hope he's going to be okay.
That's enough for a first down. Yusuf Terry. And we got a little freight. This little pushing and shoving, that's all.
Terry with the reception. Brewers with the tackle. There's a flag.
Here comes Scott Campbell. They threw a flag here to explain it.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 73, offense. The line to gain was made. Moving back 15 yards, 1st and 10, Baylor.
That's on Jake Burton.
Boy, and they love Terry. Nice freshman wide receiver. You can see Brewer did a nice job.
Here's Burton here. You saw that with that hit.
Yeah, a little bit of chip. We saw a little bit of chippiness, absolutely unnecessary, coming in, hitting late, hitting from behind. We saw a little chippiness in pregame. Refs had to separate some players before the game.
Here's Brewer going deep. He's got a man and overthrows R.J. Snead. Snead had 2 steps on Tavon Kyle.
Boy, just a little bit too much on that one, and Snead so dangerous. And we said, not always going to have a lot of opportunities against this defense with the 3 safeties back there most of the time. Wasted opportunity right there for Charlie Brewer and Baylor. You're not going to get many looks like that.
Ebner in motion. Brewer. Knocked away. He's looking at Terry.
fortunate not to get that one intercepted by Anthony Johnson. Dangerous throw right there. Got to lead him more on that one. Forces him to slow down. Johnson going full speed, does a nice job getting in front of that one. Just couldn't complete the catch.
Sophomore still down.
That landed funny on his knee on that one.
See as they work on Johnson. I think the good thing, for Baylor, as we take another look here. Walked off on his own. I think the good thing, if you're Baylor, that they've got to be somewhat pleased with was their offensive line. That was their big concern coming into this game.
Some space, had an opportunity right there. Charlie Brewer's got to leave Terry a little bit better with that throw. But they're going to have some downfield options now.
And there's another one to Sneed. And it's a first down.
Sneed matched up with Kyle again on this one. And these guys, you see them making the back shoulder throws a lot. And that's one of the things with COVID. You didn't have the opportunity in the offseason to work on the timing between the receivers and their quarterbacks. Not a perfect throw right there, but a nice catch again by Sneed.
Brewer to the outside to Gavin Holmes, and he's pushed out of bounds.
Gavin Holmes, great story. Coming off of 2 ACLs over the last couple of years, getting back into the lineup.
He lost a yard. So 2nd and 11. And we got a false start here.
False start, number 73, offense, 5-yard penalty.
Hasn't been a good series for Jake Burton.
No, he's going to hear it. I may not hear the yelling from Dave Aranda.
Trell Bankston. Wazarique with the stop. Give him a 2-yard pickup. 3rd down coming. Hey, Baylor's been good. They're 4 or 5 so far on 3rd down.
Yeah, well, this is 3rd and 15, not the easiest. This is a question is, are you really going to be in 4-down territory here? And if you are going to try and go for it on 4th down, you just try and cut this thing in half, try and get 6 or 7 yards, not try and get all the way to the sticks.
Brewer, the draw. And that bottled up. Wazarique, 4-yard loss for the Bears.
Well, this is what defenders are taught on this type of down and distance. Watch the screen, watch the draw. It's a nice job bottling that one up, showing the emotion. Nice to have some fans in here. The last game we called didn't have any fans in the stands, and of course it's not the full capacity, but a lot of energy here tonight, James.
State protocols, restrictions, 25, caps it at 25%, so 12 to 14,000 here tonight. Eisworth back. Oh, look at that. He fell into a touchback. I was going to say a great play there by J.T. Woods, but it's a touchback. 46-yard punt. 14-7 our score here in Ames. And 2 interceptions.
2 of the tight ends lined up, split away from the line of scrimmage in this formation. Interesting to see how they use him. Keep him out. Big guys out there, 6'6" plus.
Here's Hall. 3-yard pickup. Terrell Bernard with the stop.
That's good on good right there. Breece Hall and Terrell Bernard, the best offensive player and defensive player, respectively, for Iowa State and Baylor. Colliding on that one. You'll probably see that 10, 15 more times tonight between those two. Nice matchup.
Last possession for the Cyclones was for a touchdown. You saw the first 3 were basically disastrous. Purdy. And they got mixed up there. The signals crossed between Sean Shaw and Purdy.
Yeah, it certainly seemed to be the case right there that Purdy thinks that Shaw's going to continue upfield, head to the corner on that one. Shaw saw something from the coverage, made him think that he needed to stop on that one.
So 3rd down coming for the Cyclones. 3 of 5 so far.
And here it comes. You're going to see those pressure looks. Again, Ron Roberts, a defensive coordinator. They like using these creepers. Little twist.
That one picked off, and it's a pick 6 by Jalen Petrie. He's their biggest playmaker in the secondary, and he comes up with an interception and takes it to the house, 30 yards.
Excellent job by Petrie on this one, but the reason that you bring the pressure isn't just to get home, it's to get the ball out of the quarterback's hand a little bit sooner than he wants to. Accelerate that thought process. That's exactly what happened right there. Purdy couldn't process that fast enough. Petrie gets a nice break on the ball, able to get the pick 6. Excellent job all the way around defensively for Baylor.
Extra point is good. Baylor has put up 21 points, all of them off of turnovers and interceptions, like that one. This time, it's the junior, Petrie. 21-7 our score.
And after the snap, you're going to see you've got 5 rushers, but you've got 6 protectors if you include the running back. But Bradley King on the edge, the transfer from Arkansas State. Watch him use the club, get into the face of Purdy, force him to throw that ball a little bit early, and Petrie is right there for the pick 6. Affect the quarterback. Even if you don't get home, sometimes you can knock that ball down. Sometimes you force a bad decision. That's what you had right there from Purdy.
Baylor kicked that football out of bounds, so they got the penalty, and now Purdy and his offense will start at their own 35. Look at the numbers, 4-10, 3 picks for Purdy. Came into the game with 3 interceptions on the season. Here's Breece Hall. Terrell Bernard, as you talk about good on good. And I would think if you're Iowa State, let's just run the rock.
Well, if you're Iowa State, run the rock. But what you're seeing from defensive coordinator Ron Roberts from Baylor is they are really setting those edges hard. They want to make sure that Breece Hall has to stay up in between the tackles because there's too much flexibility if he can get to the edge. That's the beauty of those zone stretch plays, is the flexibility it gives the running back to cut back or to go outside. They don't want that. They do not want Breece Hall on the edge of their defense.
Purdy down the sideline, and we've got a flag. Mark Milton was trying to cover Xavier Hutchinson.
Pass
And we
interference.
saw Milton
37. Defense, 15-yard penalty.
We saw Milton get beat deep earlier. Hutchinson, junior college transfer, the speedster, team lead coming into this game in catches. Got great position, got on top of Milton on that one. Milton just a little bit too much contact, and I think if Hutchinson stays up on that one, maybe they don't even throw the flag, but because of the contact and then Hutchinson falling before the ball got there, they're going to throw the flag every time.
Here's Hall. Spins, hit, and driven back. Again, Baylor swarming to that football.
Pursuit, it's 1-2 for a defense, playing with a lot of emotion. The positions have been flipped.
That one's complete to Kohler. And it should be enough for a first down. 10-yard pickup.
That's exactly what this Iowa State offense and Brock Purdy, quite frankly, needed. And those guys are the security blanket. We talk about those tight ends. Kohler, Allen, and Sainer, all 6'6+.
Here's Hall. A couple of those snaps so far have been high. Purdy's done a good job of snagging it with one hand.
And we saw again on that play, Bradley King. And this is the technique that they're being taught on the edges. Get upfield, force Breece Hall to cut the ball back. Allow the cavalry to rally to the football.
3 tight ends as Hall goes out in motion. Empty set for Purdy and the Cyclones. Quickly to the outside. Sainer.
Looked like Milton was in coverage on the outside there, just kind of slipped coming out of his break. Sainer had plenty of room on that one.
Another first down. Now at the 25 of Baylor. This is from the pistol. Another high snap. Hall got it and brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Oh, Jalen Petrie. On that pick six, and good play there.
On the corner blitz, you're going to see him coming off of the edge. He's going to be on the backside of this play. And they love bringing that run blitz. And again, they are trying to keep Breece Hall from getting to those edges. Now, that zone stretch play, Petrie coming on that type of blitz, it works if he's trying to cut back as well. So it's a very good tool to use against an offense that likes those zone stretch plays, that backside corner blitz.
Here's Purdy. He keeps it. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. J.T. Woods makes the stop. Third down coming for the Cyclones.
Schweiger did a nice job pulling around on that one. See the big man right there.
Terrell Brock has checked in for Iowa State. Kohler in the slot, bottom of your screen. Purdy, and maybe we got a timeout.
Timeout. Iowa State. First of the half. 30 seconds.
All right, with the timeout, let's check in with the newly married. You saw that glow, huh? Mike Hill, find out what's coming up at the half.
Hey, I'm Mike Hill coming up on the stage.
Purdy. Will Hall. Left side. Maybe a yard. Braden Utley was there. Now a decision here. What are you going to do? Now, Iowa State's had some issues with their field goal kicker. Connor Asali that walks out on the field.
Yeah, and that's why that call seems so interesting to me. Like, if you're going to do something like that, you would think that they're going to go for it on fourth down, that they just wanted to pick up a few more yards for a more manageable fourth down attempt.
This is from 42. As long as 40. And drives it right in. Sally is good from 42.
Well, so maybe he wanted it on the left hash. But whatever it was, go for the kick, and maybe not the most distance in the world, but hey.
They get 3 points. It's Coach Campbell looking to rally his troops. Keep in mind, Baylor will receive the football at the beginning of the second half.
And keep in mind that Iowa State has had some problems with kickoff returns, including against Louisiana earlier in the season. And Ebner, as we mentioned, back deep for this one, returned 2 kickoffs for touchdowns in the opener against Kansas. See if they're going to kick this all the way deep to Ebner.
Nettles, the freshman, kicking this one off. This is Ebner. Across the 25. Mark him down at the 26. So, if you're Baylor, Coach Aranda, you get aggressive? Do you try to put more points on the board, or what do you think, Robert?
Well, to me, I think, why not? Why not try and at least test early here? Let's see what you can do. If you can come up with a play or two, get the ball a little bit further out. Now, clearly, you don't want to drive it into coverage and get a turnover.
Waylon Jones.
But here you get a little bit more comfortable. You get a nice gain like that on first down. You get a little bit more comfortable trying to drive the ball just a little bit more downfield.
It's a 9-yard pickup. Redshirt freshman. Keep in mind, Squirrel Williams left with an injury. It's Jones again. He's got a first down. The field monster brought him down.
Got a little bit of extra growth there. They fertilized that one spot extremely well. Caused that little turf nugget to come up.
From their own 39.
Yep.
And again, Jones, and he's driven back by Mike Rose.
Well, that'll be the end of any attempts to get some points on this drive.
4-yard loss.
Second and long, again, situation, watch the screen, watch the draw. I don't even know that you attempt, to throw the ball in this situation now, 40 seconds.
Brewers 8 of 11 so far for 140. He's thrown 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. And Baylor's going to call a timeout.
Timeout. Baylor. First of the half. 30 seconds.
Well, so far, story of this game has been interceptions. And Baylor turned them into points. Started with Boogie Barnes. And Charlie Brewer hooked up with RJC. And then Purdy again looking. Bad pass. Raleigh Tejada.
First red zone turnover in his career.
Dabney. Second catch of his career. First touchdown, and Petrie with a pick 6.
Well, we hear so many times these days, complimentary football. That pressure defense from the Baylor Bears has been tremendous. And we know Dave Aranda's history as an excellent coordinator from Utah State to Wisconsin to LSU. There's some interesting comments from him about why he wanted to move on from being a coordinator, felt that he was too isolated as a coordinator. Now getting an opportunity to talk more to the players and the entire team. Likes that role.
So just a reminder, the State Farm halftime show, Mike Keel, Emmanuel Acho, and Joel Klatt, that is coming up next. As Coach Aranda likes what he sees. 31 points have been scored here in the first half. 28 of those off of turnovers. Mike Hill after this break.
Player needs help like that, not able to get any weight on a limb as they're trying to leave the field. They need that kind of help. It's very rare that that player is going to be back in the game.
Nettles with the kick. Touchback for Baylor. And here comes Charlie Brewer and company. Brewer, 8 of 11 for 140. A couple of touchdown passes, 1 interception. That 1 interception led to the only touchdown for Iowa State. R.J. Sneed, 3 catches, 42 yards. Touchdown catch. Waylon Jones, redshirt freshman. In a tailback. Brewer steps up. Picks up about 4. Jake Hummel forces him out of bounds.
Charlie Brewer, much stronger than people think. See him take off on this one. Old Jaquan Bailey has an opportunity to wrap him up right here, but he escapes. Pulls away, gets a few yards out of that one.
Second and 7 for the Baylor Bears. Freshman wrapped up. Give him 1. Mike Rose, first person to meet him.
Found something that clicked in that second half against TCU as well.
Brewer on 3rd down. Avoids the rush, throws over the middle, incomplete. He was looking for Atkinson. Atkinson had that 62-yard catch earlier in the first quarter.
Boy, Brewer's going to try and see him step up into the pocket, just not able to get enough on that one. White, nice coverage from Iowa State. Just not enough to get that ball all the way to his receiver.
Isaac Bauer will come to punt things away. Greg Eisworth is back deep. First punt of the night for Baylor. Eisworth fumbles it. Scramble for the loose ball, and it looks like Baylor has it.
They certainly had it initially. They did. It's tough to tell what happens at the bottom of those piles. And, of course, Iowa State players are going to point their way. But it's pretty clear that Baylor made that recovery.
It's Baylor football. Another turnover for Iowa State.
Rolling on the field. Kick was fumbled. Recovered by Baylor.
Royal.
First down.
Comes up with it. Eisworth tried to call the fair catch and dropped the football. 4th turnover of the night for the Cyclones. Look at Coach Aranda.
There's that emotion.
Yeah, exactly.
Was what helped them in the first half. Get another one of those turnovers and a short field. See if they can convert again.
R.J. Sneed's at the top of your screen. This is the freshman. Jones. You know, I go back to one thing that Matt Campbell told us. Remember when we were talking about him, about keys to the game? He said, first of all, we got to take care of the football. They haven't done that. The other thing is, like, one thing that's concerns me, special teams.
Yep.
And here it plays itself out here.
No question about it. And again, we talked about some of the problems that they've had on special teams earlier in the season as well.
Brewer. Eludes, spins, maybe a yard or 2.
They're going to flush him out of the pocket. Brewer does a nice job, though, feeling Mike Rose, not able to wrap him up. And a little spin there. Boy, Brewer's got a lot of fight in him, the Austin native.
Tristan Ebner is checked into the backfield. 3rd down and 8 for Baylor. And a timeout by Iowa State.
Timeout, Iowa State. First of the half.
I think we had some personnel mix-ups there. 21-10 our score here in the 3rd.
You see him lined up at the top. Haven't heard his name called lately.
And he's looking at it. Out of the hands of Snead. He tried to climb and get it. Working on Anthony Johnson.
See Anthony Johnson really wasn't able to bring that one in. You can see Snead getting off, and Brewer tries to get it to him, but just a little bit too high out of the reach. He got 2 hands on that one, though. Quarterbacks, I'm sure Joel's sitting there in studio saying, oh yeah, touch both of his hands, got to catch that one.
Here's Mayers. This is from 36. He's got it. 24-10 our score. Baylor on top.
Does a nice job on this one. Some nice blocking, finds a seam, gets all the way out to the outside, and then turns on the Jets. Good blocking, but it leading up. Here we go. Iowa State, you've got your field position now. So many times we talk about big plays with these tight ends here in particular. All 3 of those tight ends in the game right now. Do you try and take a shot with one of those guys?
67-yard return. Brees Hall. He fakes it and throws. That's complete. That's Kohler. Check that. Dylan Sainer. 11-yard pickup, 1st down for the Cyclones.
Good play action. Sainer gets out into the flat. Does a nice job turning upfield. So dangerous with those 3 tight ends. Kind of force personnel decisions. And with so many of these teams around the country going into 3-man fronts, when you've got 3 big tight ends like that, it can really stress your defense.
Purdy looking for Kohler. To the end zone. Got it. Touchdown. Iowa State. .22-yard pitch and catch to Charlie Kohler. And with that, Brock Purdy now has the Iowa State record. Most touchdown passes.
Kohler does a nice job there. I mean, really simple, just beats his man. Christian Morgan, he's such a big target anyway, but Morgan really just never caught up to him. Kohler's got some speed, an athletic guy. Again, we talked about the danger of tight ends like that in an offense. Versatile guys that can go up and bring it down for you. Iowa State getting a little bit of momentum. See if Baylor can answer when we get back.
They're a little banged up. 38-yard return by Tristan Ebner. Yeah, Mayer said, listen, it's quite an accomplishment, but if Seneca Wallace...
the return. Holding. Number 0. Return team. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. 1st down.
Time for our moments of protection brought to you by Allstate. Get better protected with Allstate. You've never been in better hands, and you're certainly in good hands with Charlie Kohler. That touchdown catch, his 3rd of the season, 13th of his career. Yeah, Mayer said great accomplishment for Purdy, but he said if Seneca Wallace would have played here more than 2 years, he would have probably threw 70 touchdowns.
Yeah, we saw Seneca last year. out here. He was inducted into the Iowa State Hall of Fame. Great guy.
Tay McWilliams in. That one to the outside to Yusef Terry. Mike Rose and Eisworth make the stop. It's a 1-yard loss.
Now Iowa State got a little bit of momentum. Fans charged up.
Yep.
See if that defense feeds off of that energy.
Brewer to the outside and throws that one away.
They bring Mike Rose to the outside on that one. John Haycock, we talk so much about his defense and how different it is and how it's revolutionized the way that some coaches think about defense. He does a great job really timing his calls, and right there they wanted to make sure that Charlie Brewer, that clock was sped up in his mind right there. They brought Rose off the edge. Here you're going to see probably some simulated pressure, going to back some of those guys out. They're not bringing all 6 of them.
3rd and 11. Baylor 4 of 7 on 3rd down. Brewer. Flags. Throws. Incomplete. Usually when you have that much time, there's a holding. Here's Scott Campbell.
This is really what John Haycock is designing these types of late pressures for, is to isolate a running back who is not going to be as good at protection as some other players. That's exactly what you got there. And Ebner wrapped up White and got the penalty.
Keep in mind, Eisworth dropped the last one. Second possession, second 3 and out for Baylor. And that one's going to be downed at the 20. 51-yard punt. 7-point lead for Baylor. 10 minutes left in this quarter. The backfield. They'll swing it out to Johnny Lang. Steps out of bounds. That's a first down pickup.
They do a nice job bringing Lang into the backfield, drawing the defense in, and getting him back out, letting him get on the edge. And this Baylor defense has done a fairly good job of corralling Breece Hall in this game. Remember, Breece also a good receiver out of the backfield. To see if this Iowa State offense is able to exploit his pass receiving capabilities as this game goes on.
Breece with just 61 yards so far rushing, coming in averaging, leading the nation. 150 he averages a game. He's got it now. That's pickup of 3. You know, we talked about at the top, Baylor on a 13-game losing streak when it comes to ranked teams. Last time they had beaten a ranked team, he had to go back 5 years ago when they beat North Carolina in the Russell Athletic Bowl. North Carolina was ranked 10th at the time. That same year, the last time they beat a ranked Big 12 squad, it was Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State was ranked 4th. They beat them up in Stillwater. Here's Purdy, play action. Looking, he's got a man open. Incomplete to Breece.
Able to get the ball to Breece Hall, releasing from Terrell Bernard right there. But I'll tell you, Purdy had Landon Akers running wide open down the field. We talked about how they wanted to incorporate him more and how he's one of the faster players on the team. Or maybe they're going to try and motion him to get him out and get another isolation.
He's going to keep it. And Purdy pushed out of bounds by Riley Tejada.
Quite design run right there.
We got an injured Baylor Bear.
I think that's Bernard that's down.
29-yard pickup, though, by Brock Purdy. Terrell Bernard, the junior, Here's Brees. Cuts back. Uh-oh. The Beast. 6. Second touchdown of the night for Brees Hall. This one from 17 yards out. Ron McVay whiffed on the tackle. Watch the cutback right there.
First play, Terrell Bernard's out of the game. Get Brees Hall, makes a nice cutback, and it's the vision again. It's the beauty of zone plays. It's the flexibility it gives the running back to take it front side.
5 plays, 80 yards. The Cyclones go. And now we've got a tied ball game here.
Does a nice job pressing on the front side of that play. Pressing means that you get it up into the line of scrimmage. You mentioned it. McVay had an opportunity right there, but Brees Hall a little bit too quick. Purdy was ready to throw a block on the outside as well, but didn't need to get it done.
Well, you got to love how your team has responded, especially, hey, look, you look at your quarterback who's thrown 3 interceptions. Now, all of a sudden, if you're Matt Campbell, you're looking at your team and say, look, we've thrown up 14 unanswered points. We got a new ball game, guys.
Absolutely, and we're going to start making some plays. That's exactly what you've seen. Place is starting to rock a little bit here in Ames. Iowa State fans feeling pretty good. Now it's up to Baylor to try and respond.
Here's Ebner, across the 20. Forced out of bounds at the 28. Field for points. 7:30 left in the quarter. Trips at the bottom of the screen for Brewer. He goes up top to Jones, the freshman. Lawrence Wright makes the stop. 4-yard pickup for Baylor.
And you talked about it. Baylor's had some opportunities on some short fields. When we talk about this Iowa State defense, I know they gave up the big, longer shot earlier in this game, but they really force you to drive the field. They try and keep everything in front of them.
Brewer flushed out of the pocket. He's close to a first down. 5-yard pickup. He had 11 rushing touchdowns last season, none so far this season. He's got it again. Rose misses.
They're going to mark him short.
No gain.
Right, Rose did miss, but he affected him enough to slow him down and allow some other defenders to come from the inside. Miller got in there. Host.
The third
Cyclones.
Yeah, the third 3 and out here for this Baylor offense. And Power back in to punt things away. Eisworth standing at his own 15. Yard punt. So Brock Purdy, boy, you can just roll up the eye. They give it to Brees. William Bradley King makes the stop. 4-yard pickup for Brees. He's now got 81 yards. Make it 85. Second and 7. Purdy under pressure. And that was caught by Sean Shaw. Wow. A catch. Bradley King forces him out of bounds.
Bradley King had the pressure on Brock Purdy on that one coming off of the edge. Here you can see Shaw, 6'6", elevating for this one. That left foot looked like it hit out of bounds. Going to take a look at this one, I'm sure. It looked like the left foot came down out of bounds before that right foot got down. And I'm sure they'll take a look at it.
Scott Campbell goes. Well, let's go to our dean of the rule book. Dean Blandino.
Nicely done.
Dino, what do you see?
Expert.
I wish that was the...
Kohler in motion. Purdy looking his way. Now under pressure. He's going to keep it. He's got a first down. Slides. They're going to give him a 17-yard pickup.
Boy, nice job escaping the pocket on this one. You see Bradley King. I mean, this guy's just an absolute terror. The transfer from Arkansas State probably got away with a little bit of a hold on that one. But he takes off right there. And it's not just the throws you make, it's the throws you don't make. Don't force the ball in that situation.
Brees Hall across midfield. 6-yard pickup for him. Nwangu checks in. Brees is knocking on 100. He's got 90 right now.
Of course, for those who didn't hear, 6 100-yard rushing
in the middle. He was looking for Joe Skates. Riley Tejada.
And he's just going to try and hit Skates. Tight post there. Tejada able to get in and break that one up. Another dangerous throw right there, though. Oh, almost got tipped from a
pickup. Brees Hall. And Brees has got a first down. And nearly broke it. An injured player. 12-yard pickup for Brees. He's now got over 100. Riley Tejada is the injured Baylor Bear, senior out of Frisco, Texas.
I tell you, Brees just has such a great feel. Like Tejada just got that shoulder into him. Shoulder into the leg, hip area of Brees Hall. But Brees Hall has just such a natural feel. And we talked in the open about the way that Tom Manning, the offensive coordinator for Iowa State, talked about the improvement of Brees Hall and understanding the blocking schemes, but he's also a physical ball carrier.
He's got over 100 on the night. He's now got over 1,000 on the season. Looking to add to it. Gets to the outside. And it's almost, he's got that Robert Smith glide when he gets to the edge.
I don't know what that was. That was a long time ago. No, but he does a nice job on this one, the way that he bounces. Matt Jones gets a shot at him, but again, the strength. So he's got the whole thing. It's the vision, it's the patience, it's the acceleration, it's the moves, but it's the power as well. Just it's a lot of fun watching a young player like this. Again, because we called so many of the games last year, and we were, in talking to the coaching staff, they were so excited about him, but you could tell he's doing more than they even thought he was capable of.
You got to feed that beast.
Tote that rack.
He's inside the 10. Another 9-yard pickup for Brees Hall.
Yeah, and this Baylor defense getting a little bit gassed. They've been on this field quite a bit. In this third quarter, their offense going 3 and outs. And as you know, Mr. Boxing Specialist, those body blows, that run game, pound, 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 and it just wears you down.
And they got fresh legs. Named Nwangu. He's got it now. Bounces it to the outside. And driven back. He lost one. Ashton Logan, good stop.
But it did a nice job of stringing that one out. And I think that they could tell Nwangu was going to try and get to the outside, but did a nice job. People talk about setting the edge, or, what are you talking about doing? You're trying to keep that ball carrier from getting wide. You have got to widen or get upfield to force them back into other defenders, and that's exactly what you saw right there. They forced Nwangu to stay flat and never be able to plant his foot and get upfield.
3 tight ends. He's looking for Kohler. Over the middle. Complete. Chase Allen. Touchdown. Cyclones. Man, you just pick your poison with these tight ends. Whether it's Kohler, whether it's Allen, whether it's Sainer. Found the window. Chase Allen with the touchdown, his second of the season. The Cyclones go 11 plays and 71 yards.
And that's going after Morgan again. He was in coverage earlier for Charlie Kohler. Nice job by Brock Purdy finding Chase Allen in the back of the end zone. Iowa State. They're all over 6'6". They're 6'6", 250 plus, every single one of them. You got a matchup again that last time with Christian Morgan. 6'1", he's giving up 5 inches. But he just wasn't in great position right there to make a play anyway. Want to anticipate where those tight ends are going to go.
Josh Fleets takes it to the 20. You talk about these quarters.
The end. Third quarter. Timeout on the
We'll
field.
come to the fourth quarter. 7-point lead for the Cyclones. Time for our moments of protection brought to you state. Yeah, Mayor said great accomplishment for Purdy. But he said if Seneca Wallace would have played here more than 2 years, he would have probably threw 70 touchdowns.
Yeah, we saw Seneca last year out here. He was inducted into the Iowa State Hall of Fame. Great guy.
Tay McWilliams in. That one to the outside to Yusef Terry. Mike Rose and Eisworth make the stop. It's a 1-yard loss.
Now Iowa State got a little bit of momentum. Fans charged up.
Yep.
See if that defense feeds off of that energy.
Brewer to the outside and throws that one away.
They bring Mike Rose to the outside on that one. John Haycock, we talk so much about his defense and how different it is and how it's revolutionized the way that some coaches think about defense. He does a great job really timing his calls, and right there they wanted to make sure that Charlie Brewer, that that clock was sped up in his mind right there. They brought Rose off the edge. Here you're going to see probably some simulated pressure, going to back some of those guys out. They're not bringing all 6 of them.
3rd and 11. Baylor 4 of 7 on 3rd down. Brewer. Flags. Throws. Incomplete. Usually when you have that much time, there's a holding. Here's Scott Campbell.
Holding. Number 1. Offense. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Tristan Ebner. That's exactly what Iowa State needed after the turnovers. Get the 3 and out. See Lawrence White blitzing straight up the middle, and Ebner just grabbed him. And this is really what John Haycock is designing these types of late pressures for, is to isolate a running back who is not going to be as good at protection as some other players. That's exactly what you got there. And Ebner wrapped up White and got the penalty.
Keep in mind, Eisworth dropped the last one. Second possession, second 3 and out for Baylor. And that one's going to be down at the 20. 51-yard punt. 7-point lead for Baylor. 10 minutes left in this quarter. To the backfield. They'll swing it out to Johnny Lang. Steps out of bounds. That's a 1st down pickup.
do a nice job bringing Lang into the backfield, drawing the defense in, then getting him back out, letting him get on the edge. And this Baylor defense has done a fairly good job of corralling Breece Hall in this game. Remember, Breece also a good receiver out of the backfield. We'll see if this Iowa State offense is able to exploit his pass receiving capabilities as this game goes on.
Breece with just 61 yards so far rushing, coming in averaging, leading the nation. 150 he averages a game. He's got it now. That's pickup of 3. You know, we talked about at the top, Baylor on a 13-game losing streak when it comes to ranked teams. Last time they had beaten a ranked team, he had to go back 5 years ago when they beat North Carolina in the Russell Athletic Bowl. North Carolina was ranked 10th at the time. That same year, the last time they beat a ranked Big 12 squad, it was Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State was ranked 4th. They beat them up in Stillwater. Here's Purdy, play action. Looking, he's got a man open. Incomplete to Breece. Cross midfield.
Able to get the ball to Breece Hall, releasing from Terrell Bernard right there. But I'll tell you, getting some real talent in there as well.
He said, listen, all these guys now are my guys. I mean, they came here when we were 3-9, and I was selling them on a hope. Now they believe. 3rd and 5. From the 6. Purdy to the air. Breece Hall. 3rd touchdown of the night for Breece the Beast.
Going to release him to the flat. You can see Christian Morgan just a little bit late on that one. Got to get the count right. Who's got the flat responsibility to that side? Christian Morgan had his eyes into the backfield, trying to watch Brock Purdy. Needed to see the first man out. Here's Breece Hall. Should have been covering him into the flat.
Cyclones, 4 possessions this half, 4 touchdowns. Brock Purdy had 3 interceptions. He's now capped that off with 3 touchdown passes. And it's Iowa State up 38-24. Robert Smith. Here's Josh Fleeks. Man, this game has certainly changed after those 3 turnovers in the first half by the Cyclones. All of a sudden, Iowa State has responded with 28 unanswered points. Breece Hall.
John Lovett not here. And on the defensive side, Terrell Bernard, their great linebacker, also injured.
S.A. McWilliams, Isaiah Lee. Grabs him, bottles him up. No gain. Baylor will go 5 wide here. Empty set for Brewer.
This is where Brewer sometimes takes off. You get these empty sets.
Over the middle. Snead. He's brought down at the 37. Mike Rose with the stop.
Nice job on the protection. Took a little bit of time for that route to develop. That dig route right over the middle, deep in. Snead does a nice job pulling that one in.
17-yard pickup. That was dropped. I McWilliams.
What a classic mistake by McWilliams right there. Just turns his head before the ball gets there.
You get 15 now.
Isolation up here.
Brewer going deep. Incomplete. He was looking at Yusef Terry.
Just not enough on that football. And if he had his man beat, if there's saw that earlier in the game.
If there's been one criticism of Charlie Brewer, especially from Baylor fans, is they want to see more accuracy on the deep ball.
Yeah.
And they've questioned the arm strength.
And people have questioned the arm strength and wonder if the arm strength has gone down. Because some of that has something to do with the injuries or just the pounding that he tends to take.
Charlie Rowland throws to the sideline. That's Drake Dabney. His third catch of the night. Freshman.
Boy, all kinds of time on this one. Really not a lot of options. You have to credit Iowa State on the defensive side of the ball, really covering up. But you can see a couple of receivers in the same area. You know, a little scramble drill right there. But Atkinson and Snead ended up in the same area. Drew defenders with them, so Brewer couldn't get the ball, and here they're going to go on 4th down.
4th and 6 for Baylor. And timeout. Coach Aranda wanted to talk it over. It has been all Cyclones here in the second half. They're up 14.
We've got Snead on the bottom of the screen here. 3 receivers to the other side. Usually do that, try and get a little isolation on the backside. That's what you get with Snead right now.
4th and 6. Cyclones showing blitz. And they're coming. And caught. Ebner. Ebner's loose. Tristan Ebner to the house. And they burn the Cyclones. A 58-yard touchdown by Baylor.
So we had the isolation on the backside, and then you get Ebner out on a little bit of an angle route. White's supposed to be in coverage. You can see him slip on that one. And then it's just turning on the jets. We talked about the speed of Ebner, and you can tell he's a little bit gimpy. We saw it on a couple of the returns earlier, but playing through that, still enough speed to take that one to the house.
On 4th and 6, Baylor comes up with that 58-yard strike. And don't count these Baylor Bears out yet. 31-38, and we still got 8 to play.
You're going to see a little action from Ebner coming out. That's the key on this angle route, to try and convince coverage that you're going to be running to the flat. And White just overruns this, tries to get back to the inside. And Ebner able to catch that ball with nobody around him, turn on the jets, and have a few guys get in his way. And that's 6.
I'll tell you what, Baylor entering tonight has outscored their opponents 45-7 in the 4th quarter. So they've been a second half, 4th quarter team. As Tristan Ebner took that one 58 yards. You know, he coming into the night, the only Power 5 player with at least a touchdown rushing, receiving, and a return touchdown.
First player in, 25 years to do it all in the same game.
Exactly.
Did that earlier in the year against Kansas. Lost his single digit a couple of weeks ago from the Leadership Council. Got it back this week. Great performance tonight.
There's Brees Hall.
He's, you know, Brees, I've been thinking about different guys to compare him to, and I think peak level Le'Veon Bell, yes, what he reminds me of.
Because he's patient when he hits down. He's just looking to see where the crease is and then gets through it.
Yeah, but and he has different styles of attack because it doesn't do that all the time. And, you don't always want to do that. Depends on what the run's supposed to be. Here, a little condensed formation to bring the tight ends back in. Little play action. Get it out to Chase Allen.
That's the first down.
And that's that danger again of having those multiple tight end sets. You see that heavy look. You've got all three of them in there. Everybody reacts to that run action. You get Allen out to the flat. So you start those tight ends out. You bring the formation in, or condense it as they call it. Then you get that play action, draw up the defense, get those tight ends out.
I think they want to take another look.
The ruling on the field was a catch for a first down. Previous play is under further review.
Let's see. So did he have control of that? He kept it off. He kept it off of the ground, and he was inbounds. It looks like when he got control of the ball, he definitely didn't catch that one cleanly. But it looks like, at least from that angle, having it called a catch on the field, it looks from that angle like he was able to gain control with his body inbounds before getting to the out of bounds there. Maybe there's another angle that might show that he didn't have control of the ball before going out of bounds. But here you can see he doesn't have it cleanly, and it never touches the ground. He keeps it under his hand.
Yeah.
That's going to be a catch.
That's a catch.
We could call in the rules expert.
Well, let's bring in, since you ask.
Let's call him the dean.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever done that?
What do you got for us, Mr. Blandino?
I've never, ever heard that before. This is an unbelievable play. Looking at that football, you would swear that it hits the ground at some point, but I just haven't seen any angle there.
It really shows with Breece Hall.
Hit behind the line of scrimmage there. Jay Franklin was the first to meet him.
Great job along the defensive front here for Baylor. And you can see the little angle right at the snap of the ball. A little stunt from that defensive line. Everybody getting into the gaps, able to get into the backfield on that one. And that type of penetration is always going to kill one of those inside runs. And that's exactly what we saw right there. Big opportunity here for Baylor on third down.
Breece, career high 28 carries. Purdy drives that football, and it's complete to Hutchinson. And the drive continues for Iowa State.
Talked about Hudson at Blaine Junior College a year ago. Double break on that one. Tejada in the coverage, not able to get there in time. Got to understand where the sticks are. Hutchinson did a nice job driving beyond the depth of the sticks because the route takes you back towards the line of scrimmage. He got to the proper depth, and even though Tejada was able to get to him and make the tackle right after the catch, he had enough depth for first down.
Baylor blew that up.
Jailbreak on that one. That's one where all you can do as a running back is protect the football. You're going to see really everybody get into the backfield. It's on that play.
And just letting that clock tick. Nursing his 7-point lead. Down to 5 minutes left in this game. Nwangu is checked in the backfield. He's got it now, and that one is blown up behind the line of scrimmage.
Matt Jones on the tackle there. This Baylor team, this is nothing to them. They were down 30-0 a week ago against TCU. Nothing for them to stay in the game emotionally, especially I think on that defensive side of the ball. They've been playing so well defensively, even without their leader, Terrell Bernard, who's out with an injury in this game. These guys have it dialed up right now, and they want to get a win like this, an opportunity.
Purdy looking, and throws that one away. So big stop by the Baylor Bears.
King almost.
That one went off the side of his foot. Not a good punt at all.
And tied the West Virginia game at the end. They lost it in overtime.
Does he have the magic here in Ames? Ebner. He just went 58 yards. That's a first down. Ashim Young makes the stop.
Boy, good job by Brewer on that one. They brought the corner blitz. He was able to get that ball out just in time.
That's an 11-yard pickup.
That's what you want out of your quarterback. You recognize things like that. You know that you may be taking a pop in the chops. Stay calm in there and deliver a good ball.
Ebner splits out. They go 5 wide now. And that one's complete. Gavin Holmes, 4-yard pickup for Baylor.
Dangerous throw right there. Anthony Johnson with a good break on that ball. Got there just in time. Could have knocked that one away. He gets there a step earlier. That one could have been picked. Nice job. Charlie Brewer trusts his arm. Some people say he's lost his strength. He knows he hasn't.
3 minutes left in the game. Brewer. And that one's complete. Terry makes the catch.
But nice job. Nice job by Terry recognizing that Brewer needed him to stay alive on that one. Extends, and they just love this kid. He's just a freshman. Made some plays a week ago against TCU. He extends up. Catches that one cleanly with his hands. That thing was not an easy catch.
He's just a redshirt freshman out of Philly. Ebner releases. Brewer throws it away.
I expect one of these times when he's emptied out like that, and again, you see a 3-man front from this Iowa State defense, that Charlie Brewer's legs are going to be a part of this story before this game is over.
Second and 10. Brewer. He's going to take off. Across midfield. You called it.
Well, and notice at the end of this run, what he doesn't do, he doesn't go on the slide. Remember, the ball is called dead. Where a quarterback comes to take a slide, he cuts back inside of Vance and then dives head first, so he doesn't lose those few yards. Nice job at the end of that one by Brewer.
Here's the freshman. Colin Jones. Under 2 minutes. The clock is ticking. Baylor with 2 timeouts. As the defense coordinator for Iowa State, Coach Eacock. 2nd and 5. Down the sideline, got a man open. R.J. Sneed. They say out of bounds. If you could have put that one on the money.
He's got to keep that one lower. He keeps that, well, this is still going to be close. He got this with the one hand. It looks like the bodies, he may have control. They need to bring in the expert on this one because I think this one's going to be reviewed because a body part hits other than the hand or foot in bounds. Looks like he may have control of the ball with the shoulder coming down. Get the bat phone to the dean.
Oh, that we need the dean on this one.
Does he have?
24-yard pickup for Baylor. They're business in the red zone from the 17. A minute 15 left in this game. R.J. Sneed in the slot. And the Ebner.
And remember the last time on the touchdown, Ebner, out of the same formation, broke to the outside and then back inside on the angle. This time they bring him to the inside, and he goes back outside. So they're able to make the completion on that one, and that's one of those plays that you package. You try and make it look like something else. That time they gave a different look, able to get a few yards at least on first down.
Sneed at the top of your screen. Brewer looking to the end zone, intercepted by Mike Rose. He has started every game of his career. The best active streak on the team, and Rose comes up with a huge interception for the Cyclones.
Play for Mike Rose, but a poor throw by Charlie Brewer. Just not enough elevation on that ball. Had a receiver at the back of the end zone. Just doesn't get this one up enough. That was Ebner.
And he was looking for Sneed, and Charlie knew it. Over for Baylor. You know, we had 6 turnovers in this football game. Yeah. And Baylor, the team with just 2 of them, come out with an L.
Yeah, normally you say the team that wins the turnover battle is going to win the game, but that's obviously not always the case. But, boy, what a game. So many turns and emotion. And that's the great part about college football. I mean, here we are, quarter capacity place, a place obviously we've seen completely full and raucous. You're going to see Rose here in the slot, and a lot of times what happens is quarterbacks lose vision on underneath players like that. They see where they are at the snap, and they're just waiting to see if their receiver is going to break open. Rose does a nice job falling back towards the middle of the field there. Never gets into Charlie Brewer's sight, and it's why it's the most difficult position in any sport, and why quarterbacks can struggle so much. It's not easy to do, to track all those players.
Coach Heacock said, when we talked about defensively, he said, Mike Rose has been playing extremely well for us, probably the best right now, and he comes up with the biggest play of the game.
Ball start, number 55. Offense, 5-yard penalty.
And he's from Ohio. That's Cleveland area.
Huge win coming up here for Matt Campbell and his Cyclones. And you see they've got Kansas. Hit to that outside. Baylor, I'm sure, will use that timeout.
30 seconds.
For the Cyclones, you know, listen, we talked about this. Let's get another look here. Mike Rose. Yep. He was looking at R.J. Sneed as well, but he did not see Mike Rose. That will seal it. You know, look, for the Cyclones, they hold on here. They go 5-1. This program has never been 5-1 in the conference. So that would be a first for them. And as Coach Campbell said, now these guys believe.
Absolutely.
They believe that they can win the conference.
They believe, and there are a lot of recruits out there that believe in Iowa State, what Matt Campbell does. And of course, you know, there are professional organizations in football that believe in what Matt Campbell does and tried to lure him away from Ames, and they re-upped. This isn't over. Stop the clock here one more time.
There's Brees Hall.
That seemed to be an early whistle.
Sure, Baylor to use that last timeout.
Last of the half. Full timeout.
So Iowa State will have to punt this football, won't it? Third down. Third down.
Make him snap it again.
And Charlie Brewer, 22 of 33, 295, 3 touchdown passes, and 2 interceptions. Tough ending. Kid who has been really heart and soul of this program the last 4 years.
And he'll be back.
Yep.
And this Baylor team will be back. And obviously, they benefited from having the turnovers, able to build a lead. Saw Iowa State fight back into this one, score what, 28 unanswered. But they didn't fold, just like they didn't fold against TCU last week. They had an opportunity there to drive down and tie the ball game. Maybe even win it with a 2-point conversion. You never know.
So Baylor has now lost 14 straight against ranked opponents. Charlie Brewer goes to 0-9 against ranked opponents. And Ned Campbell and his Cyclones still sit atop the Big 12 standings. 5-1 for the first time in program history in the conference.
And Sweet Caroline getting ready to play here in Ames.
It says a lot about how they responded after being their own worst enemy at the very beginning of this game.
Yeah, and I think, again, we heard Matt Campbell talking about the self-reflection that this team had during the lockdown times and the isolation times. Guys kind of looked at themselves and want to be the best version of yourself, the best version of yourself. What does it take to win? We don't know at the beginning, but we never stop, never quit.
Well, for Robert Smith, I'm Brian Custer.